Please welcome to the stage the founder and CEO of GoPro, Nick Woodman, and our moderator, Matt Burns. Thanks. Have fun.
UCSD in the
Look
house.
at those. That's nice. That's some fans right there.
I like that.
Nick, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
What you live quite the life. What high flying adventure are you just coming off of?
My 40th birthday.
Yeah?
I just turned 40 in June.
Wow.
Oh, I'm a little beat up right now. I got the flu. I'm getting old, and
Yeah. A little surfboarding accident.
well, this was over the weekend. I got whacked by my surfboard, but you got to practice what you preach.
Yeah, you kind of live the GoPro life. But so you're a busy man, so let's dive right in here. GoPro launched the Hero 4 session in the beginning of the summer. My kids love it. It's tiny, a little tiny cube. Is that the look of future GoPros?
It could be. It could be. With the session, I've got one right here. This little guy. It doesn't look like a GoPro that we're used to.
Right.
And so what we tried to do with this was make the smallest, lightest, most convenient possible GoPro we could imagine. And it's totally different. It's much simpler, fewer parts. It's waterproof out of the box. Mm-hmm. It's quicker to just grab and go and capture an experience you're having.
Sure.
A Hero 4 Silver or Black, you have a separate water housing. It takes a little bit more time to use it if you're going to go, get it wet, for example. And the one-button control of the session is just so fast and easy. Push it, it turns on, starts recording. Push it again, it shuts off. So battery life is much improved.
How is it selling?
It's going well, but it's not what we'd expect simply because of how strong silver and black are. So what's interesting about this product is, as sexy as this is, as phenomenal as the performance is, as convenient as it is, it's selling against the best-selling cameras in the world, which thankfully are GoPros. And so while sales would be phenomenal for any other company competing with us, it's showing us how strong the brand of the Hero 4 Silver and Black family are. And it's showing us how strong that GoPro is, and even introducing something that's as new and convenient, as exciting as this. It's a tough road to hoe against GoPro.
So when I see that camera, that little tiny camera, I see a camera for a drone just pops right into a gimbal and away you go. Yeah. What ways has that influenced your design decisions for drones?
I can't talk about that.
That's a good smile right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the camera, it's just perfect for a gimbal, and then it'll hang from the bottom, and then it'll go, and you're kind of blushing, and we're not going to talk.
Half the side, well, it's about 40% smaller, 30%
Sure.
lighter, or 30% smaller, 40% lighter, I forget which. But no, this is definitely a step in the right direction, because what we always seek to do at GoPro is make the invisible camera, the camera that's so small, so light, so convenient to use that you forget that you're even using it. And then if we marry that with a essentially invisible content management and creation experience,
Sure.
that's so convenient to use that you go do it all the time, we can create a seamless, frictionless content capture and sharing experience that we think is going to help GoPro become a standard for how the world captures and shares meaningful experiences where a smartphone just can't get the job done.
Where does a drone fit into that strategy?
Oh, well, a drone opens up perspectives of our world that we've never seen before, and show us ourselves in our world in a way that we've never imagined from that angel
Sure.
perspective, which I think is awe-inspiring for people to see themselves in their world in that way, and that you can imagine a future where you have autonomous camera following you around and filming you, and that truly is the invisible camera, right? And then if we can get there in a way that is not a nuisance to other people around you, I think it can be phenomenal, because to go through life and have your most meaningful experiences documented so that you can relive those experiences, share those experiences, I think in a way further validates us. Like life's difficult, and if you can challenging and if you can really highlight those moments of success and joy, pure joy that you share with friends and family and relive those, they make us feel better about ourselves.
I'm really excited about this drone, and I mean, you announced it a few months ago. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick.
Oh, you got that?
No, you didn't bring a picture of it?
No.
There are a lot of good stories to tell. It's not a lack of empowerment that holds us back, but the distance from where we live to where we can find opportunities.
This is all
That's
planned.
part of our program, is building a new connection for these kids, show them something that they haven't seen before.
I think that people get distracted by a wheelchair or by a ventilator, and that people often forget that there's a person there.
I think we owe it to these animals to try and give them the respect that they deserve.
We want to set a precedence to tell the world that we love our iconic species and we're here to protect it.
We're all extremely powerful people. Every single one of us has the power to change the world in a very profound way.
Okay, so that had absolutely nothing to do with drones. That actually is GoPro for a cause.
Yeah, so there goes my joke.
Yeah.
I'm funny once a month, and that was it.
Yeah,
That was it. GoPro for a cause is one of the reasons you're here
yeah.
today. Tell me about GoPro for a cause.
GoPro for a cause is where GoPro starts to give back. Since the beginning, we've had a vision to leverage GoPro as a platform of positivity, a platform to do good in the world. GoPro's brand is steeped in passionate people living big lives and sharing positive experiences to inspire the rest of the world to go out and hopefully live out their dreams, their passions, and live more fulfilling lives. And we recognize that the same type of content approach that has made our brand so popular and so well known, we could leverage that content approach to help make social causes more well known and inspire the public to engage and participate. And so GoPro for a cause is just that. We're going to be lending technical support, production support, financial support, and then marketing support through our social channels and the GoPro channel to drive awareness of cause videos to inspire the world to engage and participate.
Now that video brings up an interesting point, because you sell cameras on the promise of videos like that, but it takes me hours to make a 2-minute video.
Yeah.
How is GoPro moving forward to help fulfill your promise?
Yeah. Well, that's our big software initiative. That's our iTunes, if you will.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So GoPro, what is most exciting about GoPro today is it's a bit like an iPod without its iTunes. And in some ways, GoPro is succeeding in spite of itself in that when people buy a GoPro, they don't buy it for the thing. People don't buy things, they buy solutions.
Sure.
And when people buy a GoPro, they buy the promise of great content that they can use to document a personal experience and share that experience with other people. And for some people, it can be challenging to go from capture to the share because there's this edit bit of work in between. And Instagram has helped a lot with that, because now with a GoPro and your smartphone and the GoPro app, you can very quickly on the GoPro app make a 15-second edit that you can post to Instagram, and we're seeing a ton of success with that. So, we're trying to kill the computer and let you create short pieces of content on your phone right there on the spot.
But I want a long piece of content.
Right, and so we're building up to that. So phase 1 was short pieces of content for social sharing, like Instagram, and that's going phenomenally well. And GoPro's doing incredibly well on Instagram. I think we're the number 4 brand channel on Instagram, and that's thanks to all the incredible content our customers are sharing there. But you're right, getting to the 30, 60, 120 second, 2-minute edit is something that I think most people really want, with a great soundtrack, with great edit points, with great slow motion effects.
Right.
And we're in the process of building out a cloud-based solution that's going to make it very easy for people to do that. It's taking longer than we expected, but the good news is that we're committed and we've made significant investments to get there, and we're starting to see the fruits. I mean, I just went on my birthday, I went on my first dive with my wife. My wife's a big diver, and I surf, and she could never convince me to go below the surface.
Really? Why?
I was too excited to go look for waves, and so I finally learned. I got certified. It's way easier now.
Sure.
And documented our first dive together. And in literally about 2 minutes after the dive, in about 2 minutes, I created a beautiful 60-second edit that normally would just, for me, would sit on my SD card.
Well, that's the thing.
So
I mean, I have a couple GoPros.
We're getting there.
Filled with content.
Yeah.
But it just takes hours to ingest all of that and edit. So this cloud-based service, we talked about this a few months ago, but how would that, give me an overview of how that would work from beginning to end.
You capture an experience, you come home or get on a network that your camera is familiar with, because except for our entry-level camera, the Hero, every GoPro is Wi-Fi enabled. You can imagine your GoPro offloading its content to the cloud, and so that the next time that you think about that experience that you want to relive and share, you launch the GoPro app on your mobile, or maybe you launch the GoPro app on in your Xbox or Apple TV or something like that. And then you can access that content. We think mobile is obviously going to be huge, because we need to work the content management and sharing experience into your daily workflow, because you just have 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. You don't have 2-hour blocks.
Sure, exactly.
Most people don't have that. And when you're inspired to look at your content, you can access it through your mobile, and then that is when you have to be able to create and share it. Because the first time you watch your content, that's when you're most motivated, most inspired. And our challenge is to make that really easy so that you have a successful experience every time. And then what happens is, what's happening to me is, you use your GoPro more because you realize to get to the payoff, to get to that share experience, it's really actually an enjoyable experience. So what do? You grab your GoPro more because you know that a couple minutes later you're going to be able to share that content.
That really is the pain point, and I applaud you for
it's the whole
for completely understanding that problem. It seems like you're the core user for GoPro.
And we're doing extremely well on capture, right? Capture is getting easier and easier with Session. It's if you haven't tried Session, go get one, borrow a friend's. I mean, this is my new favorite GoPro. It is 3 times quicker to just grab it, go, and capture experiences, fewer parts. So I think as people learn that, they're going to gravitate more and more to this form factor and design. But as long as you love your Hero 4 Silver or Black, we love that too. So on capture, it's getting easier and easier, and I think in the near future, we're going to make significant advancements where the software side of GoPro catches up with the hardware side.
It's really interesting. And one more question on that. That's going to take a whole lot of storage. How are you going to build a server farm? Are you going to partner with somebody?
We think we've got to figure it out.
Interesting. Well, so last time you were here, I interviewed you 2 years ago at Disrupt SF. 2 or 3 years ago now. You were private at that time, and now you're a public company. When you're private, and I was formulating all my questions, I didn't have any data. But now you're public, so you have all this data out here. So I'm going to get to a question in a second.
Now you know all the stuff we weren't telling you.
I know all the secret sauce. I look at GoPro, and your fundamentals are so strong. Your income, all-time high. Revenue, all-time high, and projected 20% growth. Last quarter, you had 40% growth in the US market, 100% in international, and 140% growth in Asia. I got more, because I love this. GoPro has never reported a loss over 12 months. That's incredible. But your stock price went up, tripled its IPO price, and now it's below the IPO price. Yeah. So, now that I beat you down here, you're quite the deal, and there's been a lot of talk about acquisitions, somebody buying GoPro. How do you feel about working out of an office in Cupertino?
You guys just love the drama.
Well, it's legitimate. Apple,
I don't know. Talk to Apple.
GoPro has a fantastic brand. Apple is exploring building action cameras. You're an established company with an incredible brand.
I don't think Apple is exploring building GoPro-like devices.
What
By the
about
way,
Facebook?
action camera, that is like a subset of what GoPro does. This is like a life capture solution.
Sure.
So this action camera thing is like a bit degrading. It is. Action cam.
Yeah.
No, I do not think that Apple is investing and exploring GoPro-like devices. Just what I believe.
You recently partnered with Google to do their VR initiative.
Yeah.
So you have this amazing contraption.
We've got a lot of synergy with a lot of
Yeah.
big platform players. I think they do software phenomenally well. We're known for doing hardware phenomenally well. There's obviously going to be some, dream talk about synergies and whatnot. But I think, everybody's very busy. We all have very big visions for our businesses.
Sure.
It's not so easy to just say, oh, we're going to go get into GoPro's business. And even through an acquisition, I mean, that's like, these are big, heavy up moves that these businesses like Google and Apple and Microsoft, they have their own initiatives. I used to think this type of thing was easier. And now, I think I'm entering my 13th year in October with GoPro. I realize that big businesses are like big aircraft carriers. They take a long time to move. And while it's fun to romanticize about these things,
Yeah.
we're all focused on our core business and realizing our vision. And so if you ask me, how do I feel about going to work down at Cupertino, I'm very happy working in San Mateo, realizing the vision that we've got for
Great.
GoPro.
GoPro is really interesting because...
That said, Apple is a phenomenal company, and I love how well we work together.
Yeah, because you were featured in the last keynote too.
Well,
With the
the
Apple
development
Watch.
of the GoPro app for Apple Watch, it's awesome. The Apple Watch is a phenomenal accessory. I mean, it's the remote that we wish that we had the resources to develop, so that now we can just run our app on Apple Watch, and you can turn your camera on and off, control it, change settings. It's phenomenal in that when we get to work with companies like Apple to overlap our ecosystems like that, it's huge for our customers, it's huge for our brand, and we're very grateful to be a part of that.
I want to go back to something that you said previously about competitors. You've been doing this 13 years, like you said, and GoPro has constantly stayed one step in front of competitors. And that's something that a lot of these folks out here and the companies in Startup Alley deal with on a daily basis. What's the key to success here?
You have got to be relentless. One of the things that's really benefited GoPro is a healthy dose of fear that you're going to get taken out by somebody, and a healthy enthusiasm for all of your great ideas, and being impatient as hell to bring them to reality. Mm-hmm. And having failed in business before scared the hell out of me, and that I still wake up scared that it's all going to go away.
Right.
Less scared than I used to be, but it happens. And it's just you can never say, we made it, because that's when you get hit by the competitive truck.
Or a surfboard.
Or a surfboard.
Yeah.
And so you have to stay scared, and you also have to really, really, really be relentless. And I always think about what is the other company doing? The other guy or gal, what is their mindset, and how can we be more aggressive than them? How can we have a more aggressive roadmap, development timeline, to where we just absolutely outpace the competition, just wear them into the ground?
Sure.
And I think that that's been one of the secrets to our success. If you look at our development, product release history, from the Hero to the Hero 2 to the Hero 3 to the Hero 3 Plus to the Hero 4. We've launched 5 new cameras in the last 11 months. We've made significant advancements in our software, all the while expanding our global marketing, growing into more than 40,000 retail stores with our in-store retail merchandisers in every single store. And then once we have those in store, that's not enough. Now we need to grow footprint. So we grow from 2 linear feet of retail merchandising shelf space to now 12 feet in big stores like Best Buy. And even our smaller format stores are going from 2 to 5 to some 8 feet of linear. So you can never be done.
So you got to be relentless.
You have to be relentless. And as soon as you are losing steam, you've got to bring people into your business that can add a relentless passion to it. And if you don't feel like you're relentless, chances are you're competing against somebody who is, and it's a race. So
well, in that thought about
beat 'em down,
because we're out of time. But tell me more about that drone. We talk about that backstage.
You saw the video.
Yeah, that wasn't the video.
No, it's going to be. We're really excited about it. Development is on track for release first half of 2016, and we think we've got some differentiation that is right up GoPro's alley, and our customers are going to love it.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Stay relentless.